Okay. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. So yeah, now a few questions I have for you. Like the first one is like, how did you find the program overall?
I found it really awesome.
Nice.
Like super. I don't know. Should I explain it or? I mean, it was really,
as you wish.
I think it's very good for improvement, and it really, like what you said about diffusing, it really helps to diffuse it, and it really helps to relieve the past, or not relieve, but it diffuse the past. So it's really getting to the point, like where you said it would go. So it's really
cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. That's a goal. So if you find it working, that's really helpful. Yeah. So can you tell me so what did you learn in the program about your past? Or how the past works?
Yeah. I learned that there is this room behind you or this house, and that it's very important to give all the rooms the space they needed. So, and within those rooms, I also learned that you can change the rooms. So you can look at it, you can change the colors, you can change the light in the rooms. And I think this is something I learned from the program, that you really get to know your past, but also know that you can come more in peace with it, that you can, change the perspective you're looking into your past. And in this way, also, like all the heaviness which can be behind you, like the house is also kind of your home. So it's very important that you trust your home and that you feel good about your home. And this is also something, I guess, the program supports you into having a home you like and having something which is supporting you.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, that's okay. I love everything you said. So I'm not gonna even add anything. It's like I agree, and I love that house metaphor. I might use that. Like, so do you feel that your relationship with your past has changed?
Yes. Yeah, okay. For sure. Yeah. In which ways, or?
yeah.
I think like what really has changed is that I was thinking about my house before, and I was working on my house as well, and often like together with other people. So I was talking with them about what has happened, or just in my mind. But now I have the feeling that I have the strength or the power to really look at those rooms, and it's like me who changed the lights in the room, and it's me who are able to look in every corner. So the relationship which has changed is that I'm more confident with my past. And in this way, where I can feel I have the control of it, or I can, not the control, but I am like not afraid of it, so it wouldn't pull me back. It's more peaceful. So it's a more peaceful relationship. Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah.
Wow, very powerful. Thanks. So during the program, like I'm not going to go into the details, but there are like many exercises, right? And were you comfortable doing those exercises on your own? Because that's one specific of the program. Like you guys do the exercises on your own. Were you okay doing that?
Yeah. Like always in the beginning when I got those exercises, so whoa, I have to do this. But okay. Is that good? And then I started, and I felt like the way, the perspective, or the way how we could look at those rooms was very empowering. So it was challenging, but on the other side, it helped or supported you in looking into it with the right perspective. So you always felt kind of comfortable, and you always ended up with a good feeling about it and a positive feeling. So even though maybe sometimes it would go down, at the end it would go up again.
Yeah.
And this, I think this is very important, because otherwise, like when you have traumatized also, it can go down and then you can't get up again. So in this way, when you are afraid that you would go down and can't get up again by yourself, then it's like very frightening. But if you like, no, wow, cool, wow, it helped me to like,
yes.
So that's so yeah,
good point. That's
very
great.
good.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure the exercises don't require any other help, and also it doesn't provoke too much, what they call ab reaction, which is sometimes like where you really go deep into those feelings, and then you can't, you're submerged, and it's like way too much. And this is why I work a lot with dissociation, to make sure, okay, sometimes we look at the bad stuff, but we're always able to go back, or to take some distance, and then hopefully we end on a positive note. So okay, great. So I'm glad you find it useful, and you could use it to content. What was else? Okay, so now in the program, of course, we look a lot at the past, but are there things that you would like to work on which were not addressed in the program?
Regarding the sometimes I thought, wow, now I'm working so much on my past. I should start working on my present.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one thing. And regarding the past, it's harder to find something new.
It could be. But I like what you said. Yeah, it could be the present, or could be the future. Like, but what about it?
What?
So what about your present?
What about my present?
Yeah.
So I think like I've got the tools to in my present to relieve some rules I have regarding some people. So for example, with my brother, now I'm like, I am the little sister and I want to take care of him in a way, but I don't have to. And then I cannot use all the tools to like tell myself, oh no, fine. And so I can kind of relieve or diffuse the rules from the past, but it would be probably very and now like of course I have my own tools, but that would be probably I don't know.
So what you're saying,
it was very supporting like what I've learned about the past, and I guess it could be very supporting to learn more about the present, like how you can get from this point where you are to improving your present, not only by diffusing the past, but also by, I don't know, facing your aims or strengthening your
and so how to deal with people maybe in the present, and how to face to achieve more your challenges or goals in the present. Okay, maybe something more present oriented. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I started this program, actually it was supposed to be a book, and it was supposed to be like a best of my personal development exercises, because I love exercises. I like that there are so much stuff out there. And I was like, okay, let me do an ebook or a book maybe about it, like my best thing, the thing that I would recommend that anyone should do, like to improve their life. Yeah. And I was like, okay, is there a structure? I try to find a structure to the exercise, because like always like 50 or 100 exercises, but like how do I structure it? And when I looked at it, I saw a lot of the exercises had to do with the past. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then a lot of exercises had to do with, okay, how am I now, and how do I want to be now? A bit like in NLP, like we did with Greg and Sarah. And then, okay, how do I build my future? And it's funny. And I was like, okay, so maybe there is a structure, like 1, 2, 3. And I was like, okay, so let me start with the past. And then I started working on the past. And this is actually when it was so much, I was like, okay, this could be a program, on its own. So don't worry, I'm working on the present and the future.
Yes.
So when there is something coming up, I'll let you know, of course. Cool. So yeah, my question for you, maybe the last few questions, like, would you recommend this program to anyone? And if yes, who would you recommend it to?
I already recommended it to many people.
Thanks. Cool.
To like everyone.
Okay. Nice. Thank you so much.
Really, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So to my family members, to my friends, to I think it's so super important to work on yourself and to know who you are and know this house behind you or the house you are living in. I think this is missing in so many, for example, in the university. I don't know why this isn't part of education or in schools or I think also the way like it's not someone pressuring you towards something, but really gives you some tools and gives you some exercises where you can do your own journey. And
yes.
I think like it would be super important for everyone.
Cool. Thanks.
And it's a really good program, like to deep into your world. So nice.
Thanks. It's and it's not rocket science, because like people think, okay, I need to study psychology or I need to go to a pro and this is like basic stuff. I mean, like I think most people can really do that on their own.
Yeah.
And this is why actually I even think sometimes it's better when people do it on their own, because then you have to find the answers. And I'm not here. There's nobody like. And also, it's a bit difficult, especially with some topics, to talk about with strangers or even people that you know. And I think it's much better sometimes that you spend just some time reflecting on your past. And this is not, as you said, something we do in our education or in our culture. In some families, but even it's not very common. So I know it was very helpful for me, and I know it's very helpful to a lot of people. So cool, thank you. So is there anything else you want to add? Any feedback, any comments, anything bad, also maybe improvements,
Like in some exercises, the steps, I would maybe do them a little more detailed. But not too much. Just like some, I don't know, like where it was. I have to think about it. But sometimes it was, how does he really mean that? Do I have to do? But on the other hand, it's also like cool if it's kind of open, then you can take like your own way.
Yeah.
So
I agree. That's this balance with some exercises where I don't want to give too much away, right? So I can give some examples sometimes.
Yeah.
But then it's some priming, because then people, they think about the example. So if I say, hey, I don't know, so let's take a problem and you say, oh, I hate that guy. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I hate that guy. I'm like, maybe the people might come with different options. So there's a fine balance between specific and detailed and in the steps, and not giving too much away. Where people, like even I remember with the family messages and everything, like, I know I'm trying not to give too many examples, but some of the examples works as well. So I agree.
I think it was the matrix in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That's actually where you gave some examples.
On the matrix, okay. Okay.
But still, I wasn't like really sure, like, what do I have to fill in here? And in this way, I didn't really like it in the beginning, and I didn't really like to. I always like try to get the most out of it, but not putting too much energy in ways or in corners where I think it would get lost. And in the matrix, I wasn't like sure like how to use my thoughts in the right way, even though there were examples. Maybe it was the examples who hold me back from writing down what I wanted to. In this way, I had to,
Okay, thanks. Okay, I'll write it down. I'll try to see. But there's a lot of exercises I've been reworking as well, like with people, like working with people, and I got some feedback that's very useful. Thank you, because I want also people to be committed, doing it. It's a big thing, and then you were, by the way, like I have to say, like very, very committed. So I'd like to thank you for that, because I appreciate it. Like you really went like very deep on each exercise, and all your notes and your answers and all the work you put into the exercise was pretty impressive. So congrats. And like Greg said, like how much you put in is how much you get out, right? So it's cool.
It shows the benefit of the program.
Yes, thank you. Cool. Well, that's it for me. Actually, do you want to add anything?
Yes. I think what was also very, very, like on the one hand side, to work on it by yourself, and on the other hand, what I thought was also very cool. I don't know if this is going to be part of the part of the program, but also the feedback you get afterwards.
Yes.
Like it's very cool to have someone who just or who are writing like, you are on the right way, wow, awesome, keep on going, whoa. So that's really like, yeah, I'm doing it right, and I'm going on the right journey, and it's very supportive. And I think this is also a very important part of the program. I don't know like how much, if this is going to be part of it, but
I think so, because for a lot of people actually told me they really enjoyed the exercises and the thinking and the introspection, but they also really enjoyed the feedback. It's always great to have someone else, look at your stuff from another point of view, especially someone neutral, right? And especially with some concept, because maybe I have more experience, looking at the stuff probably, and being able to find sometimes the word, that concept or that reference that might help you going further if you want to. And that's what I always tell to people, if you want to share your answers, and if you want to share what the exercises did for you, you can, but you don't have to. But if you will share that, of course, I'm going to give yourself a feedback. I'm going to give you a feedback. It's not just about me, collecting info. And by the way, I'm not keeping anything. Like everything is like, I don't keep any tabs. It just keep notes. It's completely anonymous. But I always like, okay, if somebody like has done the work and has put in the time and the energy on an exercise, I will give them a feedback if they want to, right? So cool. I'm glad.
So thank you very much for the feedback.
Cool. Thank you for being open to it.
And another thought, in the first call, I didn't really know, I don't know if I hadn't really listened very well, I don't know, but I wasn't sure, or I didn't know that it was 3 different milestones.
No, so, you know what, that's something I came up during the program, during the taste phase, because as I was doing it, I kind of created the program, like there are like 3 parts. I like 3 parts, it's easy. And after I've done a couple exercises, I found that in my feedback, I was doing kind of a review, a milestone. And I was like, I might as well put that into the program. And when I did it, people were like really enjoyed it, because they even felt they got more from the exercise, and then they felt there was structure, and they really enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, now it's in the program. So this is why I keep improving it.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool, like to get the milestones and then look back and what have you done. And the last one that was also very cool, like write down the tools you have learned, like to review what you have done. So in this way you would kind of summarize everything for yourself, and then it's more usable for you or accessible for you to take those bits again.
And
so that was really cool.
Actually, I think it's a learning model. I don't know how that what's the name, but I'll find it back for you. It's a learning model, you know, like especially for teaching. When you start with people, you ask them, okay, what do you know about the subject? What do you want to know? And then like at the end, it's like, what have you learned? And it's very interesting because it's not just, okay, it's me and I'm telling you what you should know or what's important. You know, first, really that exchange with the person learning and the learner, because I'm learning from you and you guys learning from me, and it's like, wow, it's very, very interesting. And then it's an exchange, and that's very interesting. Plus, you know, I'm big on memory, and actually when you really reflect upon what you've learned, you're like, oh, okay, what did I learn? And you're like, huh. And like sometimes you're like, and then you're like, oh yeah. It's funny because sometimes it's not what you think sometimes, you know, because I would say, okay, you're going to learn this or you're going to learn that, but at the end of the program, you're going to tell me, hey, you know what, this is what I learned. And I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe it's not what I thought would be, but still, you got something out of it. Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Luisa.
Thank you, Guillaume.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna end the recording now, and we can still talk after.